Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Abrazo Football Podcast. It's been a slow week in the world of football. Players are starting to report back to training camps and head out to their preseason arrangements in all of the various corners of the globe. Let's see, where do we start? Let's start with let's just start with this. So there was a report. So, Brooks, Man U got a new manager. They're under new management. They want to win. They're trying to bring all the Dutch boys in. And periodically throughout seasons, you'll hear about coaches having rules for the locker room and their players and things they want to like force on them. And Erik Ten Hag has a list of rules, and I want to get your reaction to what these rules are, because I'm not going to say anything. I just want you to tell me how you feel about these rules. So here are the rules. There's 5 of them. The first rule: if a player is late to a meeting or training, regardless of their status, they will be dropped from the team.
Dropped.
Okay?
Okay.
Dropped. They will not
For that
play.
week or like, I mean, I would imagine it's for the week,
Just
right?
just that
Okay.
week. Yeah, so just whatever the next game
Okay.
is, they'll be dropped. Regardless of status,
Wow.
they will be dropped. No alcohol during game weeks. So,
Okay.
you can't drink within 7 days of a game,
Okay.
okay?
Makes sense.
Okay. You have to use the club's chefs. No personal chefs.
Not even at
All the
home?
food you eat. No. Nope. No personal chefs. All club
This is
chefs, and
why
they're going to
Ronaldo wants to
overhaul the
leave, the
menu.
no chefs, no personal chefs.
Okay, it gets better. Monthly body mass index checks, which
All right.
this is probably the most reasonable thing on the list.
Yeah.
I check my BMI every morning. Okay, and then, if you have a problem, you don't go to your agent. You don't go to your manager. You go directly to Coach Erik Ten Hag.
Why?
Those are his rules. Those are his rules. Why? I don't know. Well, so what do you, first off, what is your reaction to these 5
So if
rules?
you're a minute late, you're dropped. If there's no, though you can't use your own personal chef, you have to use the Man U chefs. Um, you cannot have any alcohol within a week of the game. And if there's an issue, you have to go to Erik Ten Hag. I mean, that's so essentially, I just feel like he's trying to assert some sort of massive amount of dominance with this club. Like some of these make sense. Like no alcohol in the week of the game, like yeah, that's fine. Body mass index, okay, like fine. It probably doesn't change from day to day anyway, but fine. It's interesting because like it's almost similar to like almost sounds like a Mikel Arteta type of thing, right? You heard about, obviously we all.
What were his rules?
I mean, I don't know exactly what they are like like as far as the letter of them or like the wording of them, but I mean, there's a reason Aubameyang is now gone, and it was suspended a number of times.
Yeah, it's true.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's definitely like it looks like a lot of these teams that are trying to kind of establish something or kind of regrow or recreate themselves or are kind of trying to go in these directions of like pure just like very strict rules. I'm not a huge fan of rules, obviously, but some of them make sense. Like no drinking before like the week of the game, totally. Like that definitely has its impacts and effects on you. But like not having your own chef, like Ronaldo alone, like this dude has his own personal chef that he's like known for having, who's probably better than the Man U chefs. But that's weird. That's just weird. I don't know. It's just weird to me because like you hear all of these like clubs and coaches and in the past it's like no one's bigger than the club. Like in the day of social media, like yeah, people actually like Ronaldo is bigger than your club. Ronaldo has more followers than like the clubs and stuff. And so it's just interesting because some of these coaches get there and they have as big of an ego, it seems, or bigger than some of these players. And it's like, well, these rules are kind of showing that you think that like almost you're bigger than the club. I don't know. I mean, I just that's just how I feel about silly to me silly rules. Like one or two of those are fine, but like all 5 of those seem a little bit outrageous. What's your thoughts?
I mean, the one that seems the most egregious to me is the players must come to Ten Hag with their problems before going to their agent.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
Well,
you are the problem.
yeah.
Like you would know. You certainly would know that I have a problem with you. So why would I come to you? Like I'm going to like why am I paying are you my agent? I pay my agent to deal with my
Right.
problems. My agent can't deal with my problems if I don't tell them my problems. So I'm going to tell my agent what my problem is and I'm going to do my job and my agent's going to talk to you or your agent or whoever your minions are about my problems. Like I don't understand,
Mm,
you know, like it's fine. Like it's one thing in a work setting to say like for example like hey man if you got an issue like let me know about it. But to make it a rule, like it's something you could say like hey like yo Rashford like if I'm doing something or like you don't like something about the way I'm handling my business like just tell me. And it's like, okay, that's cool. We might be able to do that. But if you tell me that's a rule, it's like, nah, like I'm telling my agent out of spite. And I mean, and like to what you said earlier, you said this is why Ronaldo wants to leave. I just feel like whether or not I agree with some of these rules, I don't drink
mm.
and I, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know what he mean. Like, I don't know when he says you can't have alcohol during game weeks. It's like, I feel like that's like, I would imagine players typically probably aren't
Don't do that
drinking,
anyway. Yeah.
but yeah, but if they are, I'm sure it's not to the point where it's going to affect the way that they play. It's like this is Man U, I guess. Maybe their performances have led people to believe they aren't professionals, but I feel like they're all still professionals and for you to tell someone that I feel like there's like it's just going to give some people more of a reason to be like you know what I'm just going to drink just because you said I can't like I wasn't thinking about it but now that you said it I'm going to do it
Yeah, like
and what are
yeah,
you going to do
there's like
what are
a
you going to do
difference
about it
between him being like, "Hey, I'm here for you. Like, we're open. This is an environment where you can come and talk to me, please. Like, I'd love to help you through your problems or whatever." But also, these are pretty much grown men, and also like, don't make it a rule that they can't go to their agent, who like that, like you said, like they're paid
yeah
to handle this stuff. So like, that's the first thing. Also, like, I don't know. That's it's just I don't know. I'm okay with you so Arsene Wenger was pretty strict for with some things like specifically the diet. Like before, I mean, 24 years ago, or whatever, 5, 6 years ago, when he started coaching in the Premier League, like they didn't have these body coaches and health coaches and like specific diets and chefs and stuff that are like scientifically proven to help you perform better or whatever. So I mean, I heard that there was a lot of like, issues with that. Ian Wright will tell you that he was upset that he couldn't have tea or something, but the what Arsene Wenger was doing like had a reason behind it. I don't really see a reason behind not having your own personal chef. I don't really see a reason behind having to go to Eric Ten Hag for like it just seems so stupid like to have to go to him first and have to, you know, um talk to him about your problems first and like you have to use his
yeah
like the man you should it just doesn't make sense to me. Like,
yeah it's like I'm forcing you to confide in
right,
me and like I want to be your everything and the menu chefs will be everything it's like it would be one thing if he was like okay like no fast food
right,
no ice cream no scones no cakes but if you're paying for your own personal chef just like you said your personal chef is probably better than the ones at
totally,
Man U because they're cooking for you specifically just not an athlete anywhere from the women's team to the men's team to the under
right,
19s
yeah.
to the under
They're cooking
17s,
for
the under
everyone. You're
13s, the
totally
under 12s.
right,
They're cooking for everyone. Where it's like, I'm cooking for Fred. I'm
right,
cooking for Maguire. I'm cooking for De Gea. And I know what they need for their diet, which I'm like,
yeah,
that's better. Like,
totally.
I don't, like, the only thing on here that I'm like, I don't see an issue with at all, or I don't think anyone could ever have an issue with is the BMI checks.
Yeah.
It's like, I like okay, it's a rule, but like I would assume they would. get their BMI checked daily,
That should be
or
like a
days that
training
they
thing
train.
anyway. Yeah, like that. Why? That's just a
Yeah,
weird
yeah. I'm
one.
like you step on a scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's 2022. You step on a scale, it's going to tell you your BMI.
Right. Right. I mean, I'm sure that the Apple
You
Watch is going
know,
to have
that's
that
not
in its next iteration or something. But yeah, the gym, you literally step
that
on a
too.
thing, you see it. Okay, great. Like, why? It's just a weird rule. Like, you have to do
Yeah,
this every day.
yeah.
Well, I'm doing it every day anyway. Like you said, like you wake
You
up, you
flip.
step on a thing, you shower or whatever. Like you wake up, you get on your bike, you weigh yourself. It's just
Yeah,
like this just doesn't make sense to me.
yeah,
It's a weird dominance
yeah.
thing.
That's all. I feel like that's all this is, because I'm like, most of the things on here, like there's like, and then like the only other one. So and then like this is like, I feel like this is the kind of person I would be. If I was playing at Man U right now, and he's like, yo, there's no exceptions. If you're late to a meeting or to training by even 1 minute, you're dropped. I'm like, bro, you just gave these guys the key to the game. If they decide that they don't like you,
Right.
they're either going to destroy your credibility or they're going to destroy your career. Say they don't like you, it's like, you know what? Five of us guys that from the first team, like start, we're just going to show up late. We're just going to show up 5 minutes late. Are you going to drop us? We're going to let everyone know we showed up late. They're going to be like, okay, they showed up late. Bruno Fernandes, De Gea, Ronaldo, Sancho, and who's another high profile player at
Rashford.
Man U? Marcus Rashford. They all showed up late because they were playing Fortnite. Are you going to bench all five of them? If you like, you just put yourself in an impossible position. You going to bench all five of them and lose your next game?
According to
Or are you going
him.
to play them?
Yeah.
And then it's like, if you play him, they're going to be like, yo, we were late. His rules don't mean anything. You look stupid for rules you should have never set. Or you bench them and you look even more stupid, because who's going to throw a game away because a guy was 5 minutes late?
Right.
You know? Anyway, that's all. That's all. I feel like, yeah. And it's like, and I feel like whatever you said about Arsene Wenger or Mikel Arteta, and I'm sure like all of the top coaches
Absolutely.
have rules, or like there's like like a, what do you call it, an environment that they've
Right.
established where it's like, yo, we get to
They've
practice
built a
early.
culture. Yeah,
we
totally.
we yeah, a culture. We've built a culture, and I feel like it happens because of respect. It's like, okay, I respect what Jurgen Klopp's doing, so I'm not gonna show up
Right.
late. I respect what my guy next to me is doing, so I'm not gonna go out and get drunk, the night before
Right.
we play, because I want to be able to fight alongside him. But like, and no one's like coming to them and being like, yo, like, you can't do this. Alison Becker might have come up and
Right.
told you
Right.
you can't do this. And that's a lot
That makes more
different
of an
than
impact, I
like
think.
someone writing on a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Or like Jordan Henderson's like, yo, like, this is what I want us to do as the captain. And like, I'm doing it. I'm a player. Like, we're all in the same position. But it's just like a new guy that you have zero rapport or respect, even at
Yeah.
this matter. Like, probably no respect, zero rapport. It's like, man, I'm your boss, so I'm just going to tell you what to do. It's like, nah, man,
Nah.
you're out. You're done. I doubt he's the manager by the first of the year.
Well, yeah. I mean, these are things you build. Like, you don't just come and like say this is latest. No, you got to build these things. You got to work your way toward them. You have to like
Yeah.
establish that sort of culture in the locker room. But I also think it's interesting because like obviously Man U is not as good as this is the worst they've been in a really long time, and they do need a rebuilding process. That's very we everyone knows that. Everyone can see that. But the thing that's interesting to me is that he's trying to get a couple of his old players, such as Frankie De Jong. He's trying to get Lisandro Martinez, and these guys are not only are they not wanting to go, but they're like to Man United because obviously they're not good, but they also don't want to like go and be reunited with their ex coach. It's like, well, because I was thinking, I'm like,
Yo,
why is this? If
that's such an indictment.
so like, yeah, there's a reason. Like, it probably has to do with they're like, no, those rules though, like they really hit too hard. I'm not trying to like live like that again.
I didn't even think of that. That's so true. Frankie's like, nah, man, I'll take a pay cut at Barcelona. I'm not going anywhere near that
Right. He's
club.
like, they still owe me 8.5 and like that I haven't seen. I probably won't see, but I'm cool with like missing out on that. Then I'd have to live through this again. But I mean, that's just, my speculation. Cause I mean, still like Martinez still has not said like where he wants to go. And, again, like if all the reports are true, like, oh, he really like enjoyed playing under Ten Hag, yeah, that's probably fine, but like not to the point where he'd want to re-sign for him again for another like 4 or 5 years, and especially
Yeah.
not under a Man United side. But yeah, like I mean, he's just like
Well,
under some sort of weird dominance that I wouldn't be down with.
Yeah, like, dude, it's like I feel like I've had bosses and jobs where it's like
Yeah.
I was very successful under this boss, and this boss was very strict and had a bunch of rules. And as soon as I didn't have to work with them anymore, I would never go
Yeah,
back.
totally.
It's like I never said anything bad about him, never had any problems, had a lot of success. They went to another company, they're like, come with me. And I'm like,
Not happening.
I'm good.
Yeah, you do
I'm
you,
good.
but thank you. And like I'm gonna just be
Yeah,
me over
like
here.
our time was our time, and now our time is over. And
Yeah.
I don't look forward to ever having to work with you again.
Yeah.
But we never had a fight. It was never ugly. It was never a blow up, never a bust
I can't
up.
imagine you having a bust up or a blow up, but you know.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, especially at a
Yeah.
workplace. Except, when it happens.
Me, on the
Okay.
other hand, though, I'm
Bust up. You ever had a bust up at work, Brooks? Tell us about it.
absolutely. I mean,
Tell us about
we
a.
can save this for another time, but definitely. I mean, I think you were in the building
Okay.
in one of them, but yeah, it's good.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to forget this next
Okay.
episode. We're going to talk about Brooks bust up.
Okay.
Brooks business bust up. Okay. I can't
It's
wait.
definitely happened in like every state I've ever worked in. Well, that
All
says
right.
more
All right,
about
guys. Don't let us
me than
forget.
about yeah.
Bust ups. Okay, we're getting at least 3 bust ups then.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, man. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. So, your boy Gabriel Jesus played his first game at Arsenal. How'd he look?
Arsenal fans are notorious for like being the most and like, you know, reading too far into things that and I don't know how else to say it except for like they're just known for like being the most and being extra and like y'all don't need to do that. But so in the effort to not be too much of like an Arsenal fan, like I mean, he was that's amazing. Like the second he came in, literally the 90th second that he was in, he scored a goal. Created it, had a little 1-2 with Eddie Nketiah, looked really good. Then he had like 2 more goals that were technically own goals. But I mean, it was inches away from him having 4 goals instead of just 2. But I mean, he looked amazing. It was the preseason
Yikes.
game, it was a friendly, whatever. But like he looked incredible. It looked like he hadn't even taken a week off. I'm like, yo, did he have a vacation? Because he came in and just tore it up. Um, really
Dang.
impressive. He was amazing on the ball, amazing without the ball, amazing moving, amazing pressing. Like, I mean, just in an effort again, not to get like too overhyped, like, but at the same time, last year, Arsenal's preseason last year, I think they lost all 3 of their friendlies and then continued to lose the first 3 of their regular season games. So yeah, I'm very excited that we're off on the right foot. Uh, Jesus looks amazing, and it looks like the guys love him. Obviously, the fans love him, but I am very excited. So I can't keep the smile off my face. I'm very excited. So hopefully,
I can see you. I'm like you ear to ear over here.
yo. And one more thing I want to tell you, he looks so good in red with a collar. That's all I'll say.
Yo, wasn't he doing like the pose from like the what's it that the statue in Brazil, the Redentor, or what's it
That
called? You know what I'm talking about?
Jesus, the like,
Did you just say hold on, let me Google it.
like
Jesus statue
yeah,
in
yeah.
Brazil.
He was doing like the Jesus pose, right? In the at the Emirates.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. I don't know how much
yeah,
of that
yeah.
was like.
Christ the Redeemer.
Yeah, I would imagine that was like the Arsenal like creative staff being like, "Yeah, why don't you hold your arms out like this?"
Yeah,
Because he's a big
definitely.
fan of Jesus. The reason he wore 33 for his first little bit at Man City was because obviously, like in the Christian world, that's the age that is believed he is believed to have been crucified at the age of 33. So that's why he wore 33. Because that almost seems like a sacrilegious thing to do is to pose like that. And I feel like if they had told him off the bat, he probably would have been like, I don't know about this. But yeah,
Oh, bro, that just made my head explode. I had no idea. The implications run deep.
Yeah, I don't. I mean,
The
because
33, now he's
yeah,
posing like him. His name is Jesus.
yeah, it's
Okay.
deep. So I don't know that. I mean, Arsenal didn't do the like put the picture of him and then the Christ the Redeemer statue above it, but it was like a 4-3 theory or a Bleacher Report was like, oh, I see what you did there, Arsenal. So I don't really know that.
Yeah, well, that's when I saw the picture, that's the first thing I thought of. I was
Really?
like, okay, I was like, this boy think he back in Rio. And I thought it was cool, but then now that you're saying more, I'm like, okay, maybe it's not that cool to pose like Jesus. But then again, his name was Jesus and he wore 33, and now my head's exploding
Yeah.
because I didn't even connect the dots.
Yeah, he's super religious. I
I
mean,
didn't know.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, obviously I wasn't there, but that's just like that. I would think that he wouldn't be like itching to make being as big of a Jesus fan as he is.
Uh,
I don't think he'd be like dying to make the same pose, but it is just a statue.
yeah,
He is Brazilian, so I don't know. Maybe it's just a fun little photo shoot that he was having. Who knows?
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. All right. Well, let's stick in London for a second. Well, I guess we could even stick in Arsenal. So, I just wanted to do like a shout out to Olivier Giroud, Arsenal legend maybe, Chelsea legend maybe, French legend maybe. They don't respect him as much as they should.
No.
But I saw a piece where he was getting played so little at Chelsea during his last season that he was almost willing to go to Tottenham Hotspur to get game time. That's how much he wanted to play, and that's how much he believed in himself. And I don't know if this is like a bigger L. Like, I don't know if this is an L for Chelsea or if this. I don't know who takes the L here, but it's probably going to end up being the Spurs. Because after he left Chelsea, he went to AC Milan, and now they just won the Scudetto.
Yeah.
I don't know how this ties back in to be a shot at Tottenham Hotspur. I don't know why he would have said this unless he was trying to jab. I don't know what the motivation of him saying that he almost would have went to Spurs is unless he's saying I won trophies at Arsenal, Chelsea, and AC Milan. And had I went to Spurs, I don't know. I feel like there's a jab in
There's
there
a
somewhere. I
jab.
just can't find it.
Absolutely.
But there's a jab in there
Yeah,
somewhere.
I mean, like when you sent me that, I was thinking it was like obviously so like again, Arsenal fans can be the wildest ones out there, but I appreciate what he did for Arsenal. I appreciate what he does, in the France team. I appreciate what he did um, in League One before he came to, or getting his team to League One anyway. But anyway, I don't think he gets enough credit. But I feel like what he was trying to say, because like Spurs are so hated, if you're an Arsenal fan, and like they're just a laughing stock of essentially the Premier League. So it sounded like he was like, "Yo, I was so desperate that I would have gone like to the depths of like the the worst of the worst and played for Tottenham just to play." That's how desperate I was, and I mean, to me, what it felt like, man, I was so desperate I would have even played for Tottenham at that point. Um, that's what it sounded like,
Well,
but I, I mean,
good thing.
yeah, what were you saying?
Good thing he didn't have to get that desperate, and he was able to go to AC Milan and win another trophy.
Yeah, and like score the
So
goal that won them the trophy, right? Like he basically clinched
yeah,
it up in the last game of the season. This dude, I mean, say what you will about Olivier Giroud, but I do think that he doesn't get enough credit anywhere he goes. Like he scored some incredible, like some of the most, I don't know, like I mean, those scorpion kicks that he had, like he's known, he's almost like a mini Ibra with the weird contortions he can put his body into and score these kind of crazy,
yeah,
insane goals. But he doesn't get enough credit.
yeah.
I mean, he doesn't. He wasn't like the highest goal scorer or a goal scorer in the World Cup, right? But I mean, his hold up play
No
was
goal
no
scorer.
goal scorer. But his hold up play, I mean, if you want to, count that for something, even, um, I mean, even the coach was saying that, like, he wouldn't have won it without O.G. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, Kareem
yeah,
Benzema,
yeah,
Kareem Benzema, compared him to a go kart instead of a F1. So he definitely gets hate, but he definitely comes through, I think.
yeah. Yeah, it's a very polarizing thing,
Yeah.
when compared to yeah, he's not an elite striker in terms of scoring 50 goals this season, but he plays, he knows his position, and he's definitely someone you can rely on to do the job that you tell him. And I mean, if you look at his career, I mean, for crying out loud, he won a French league with Montpellier,
Montpellier, yeah.
4 FA Cups, Champions League, Europa League, a couple more FA Cups at Chelsea, Serie A, World Cup. Yeah, I mean, shout out to Olivier Giroud. I mean, he against all odds, he does it. I feel like he does it all so silently too. Like he's not making a ton of headlines, but he's just consistently doing what he's paid to do. And I'm glad that he didn't have to. All I'm saying is shout out to him, and I'm glad he didn't have to go to Spurs and become a laughing stock. I mean, he won trophies in London, he won trophies in
London
France, and he
again.
won trophies in Milan,
Yeah.
and London again. And had he gone white, he would have never won. Not even he could have helped Spurs win a trophy. So
No, yeah.
you know,
This man was kicked out for basically to make room for Aubameyang and kind of Lacazette, which obviously didn't amount to much, but he went to Chelsea, won Champions League, didn't he? Also, wasn't he in that squad?
yeah. So I
Yeah,
mean, he was in the squad that won the Champions
didn't
League.
have much
So
to
I mean, he
play.
won it. He won the Champions League the same way Gareth Bale and Hazard won it with Madrid last season. But the Europa League,
That's true.
he single-handedly won the Europa League for
Yeah,
Chelsea in 2019-20 or whatever season that was. So I mean, I'm not minimizing his role. He made several contributions to the Chelsea when he was with us.
yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, same thing with Arsenal, to be
Anyway,
honest. And obviously, we saw it in Milan. It wouldn't have. I mean, he essentially scored the
yeah,
game winning, the title winning goal. So
yeah,
yeah, shout out to Olivier
yeah.
Giroud.
So yeah, I mean, just that's all. Just shout out to OG. Okay. Here's a rumor that I wanted to get your take on, and I don't know if you've heard this one. So, staying in London, Crystal Palace, you know, local boy,
Willie Z,
supporter, fighter. Huh?
Willie Z.
Yeah. He's been linked with Jose Mourinho to go to Rome, play at the Estadio. You saw that?
Yeah, I just saw
Of
that this
course you
morning.
did. Of
I
course you
know,
did.
sorry.
Of course you did.
It was it was kind of accidental because Chad sent me a link saying that like um talks with Rome and the city of Rome are back on to get Roma their own stadium. But anyway, keep going. Sorry.
But that's all. I just wanted to ask you how you felt about, Zaha coming to Rome if it happens.
I would be
Get him
so
off the block.
happy.
He's been at the block his whole life.
Yes, I would be
You
so
would?
happy for him. I would get the jersey. I think that would be huge for Rome. I think that would be really cool. I think that that's kind of we've talked about them needing like speed and a bit of a bit of like kind of I guess a bit of everything they kind of need. But I think that that's something that they really need help with out there. Some creativity, especially like some stuff, some speed on the wing. He would destroy. I think he would destroy the Italian league. I think he's so potent and fast, and he's got so much trickery that yeah, like the Italian league is more defensive, but the speed that he has is I just don't know that they've really seen much like that personally.
Dope.
I mean, I would love it. I would hate to see him leave. I've been a pretty big fan of Crystal Palace since they've moved up, but also even more so since Patrick Vieira took over. I think he's doing an amazing job as
Yeah.
an ex Arsenal guy, obviously. But so it'd be sad to see to see him leave. But I feel like that's such a move that just makes so much sense for Roma, and I think it'd be great for him to be coached by a Jose Mourinho. But I don't know. I would love to see it.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think it would be cool. This is probably his last big
Yeah.
contract. You've been playing for Crystal Palace for at least for what looks like to me for your entire life. And you're from South London. So it's like you've never, like, as far as I'm aware, Crystal Palace never made Europa League,
No.
Conference League, Champions League. I'm not saying Wilfred Zaha doesn't travel because I know the boy goes back. I know he travels, but you've never traveled as a part of your career.
Right.
This is Roma are going to be in the Europa League next year because they won the conference, right?
Yeah.
I don't know where they
And
finished,
they
but
qualified for
go
it.
get they qualified. Okay, so yeah. So I mean, I feel like yeah, man, you've been in Palace your whole
Yeah.
life. Obviously Vieira's there, but next season probably isn't going to be the same as this season. You know, my man from Chelsea was there helping you guys out too, and it's just like I would go. I
Yeah.
want him to go.
Wait, did
I'm
Conor
always a
Gallagher
fan
back at
of
Chelsea
British
then?
guys going. Yeah, he's
Okay.
back. He's
Okay.
he's traveling with the team to America
Okay.
today or tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm always a fan of British players going abroad and like spreading their influence and getting looks outside because it's like there's always that English bias. It's like I also think he could kill it.
Yeah.
I know he could kill it in Serie A. So go out there and have fun and get some sun. Get some culture for the family.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you basically hit it on the head, like what Tammy Abraham always talked about. You said the same thing. Like, yeah, I've traveled and whatever, like in the off season, but like I never explored a different culture. Always been not even in the UK, not even in England, but in London. Like this dude hasn't left London. Like, I mean,
He's
he
been in
was
South London his whole
yeah, he
life.
went to Man U what for a season,
Oh, I forgot
and
about
then
that.
like
I didn't know.
people say he dated David Moyes' daughter, so he sent him back to South London, which whatever, but but regardless, yeah, I think that he's 29.
That's stupid.
He's been
That's
essentially at Crystal Palace his
stupid.
whole life. So yeah, like go to Italy, go under one of the I mean really one of the best coaches currently, um, and a team that's really making moves. And I think I mean, it's an exciting team to watch. Like we've been watching them for a while, but like right now they're even like more fun to watch. And I think that like he could be a really good piece to getting them back to Champions League at the very least. I think that would be so awesome. And I bet that he's calling up your boy Tam Abraham to like ask him about it.
Yo, London boys linking up. I'm sure he is. It's not a hard sell.
It's
That's
really
crazy though.
not.
I did not know that David Moyes fired him.
I mean, that's just like the rumor.
When-
I mean, because he's point blank been asked. There was like I mean, Have you seen the Amazon Prime documentary about him? I think he said it in
no,
there where he was like, "No,
no.
I legit didn't date his daughter, but like that's what everybody wanted to leave." So he just like sent me, sent me back. It's like, dang.
It's like, yo, the rumor was enough for me to like you getting too close.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
now it
yeah,
might happen. You gotta go.
yeah,
Shout out to David Moyes too, though. Shout out to West Ham.
yeah.
They all stay in London. Okay. All right, man. What else we got? What else we got? What else we got? Your boy, big Argentine making his move. Is he at Julian Alvarez? Is he already in Manchester?
He is, yeah. He's
Or is he
signed.
still
He's done
playing?
all of the like paperwork. He's done all of the video shoots, photo shoots, interviews. Yeah, he's there. So, yeah, that's a really huge move for this kid. He's like, I think he just turned 22. Got a goal or two with the national team already this year. So it's really exciting. He killed it at River Plate. He was really amazing in Argentina. But obviously, as you know, like as we know, oddly, Man City has been getting rid of like so many players, like specifically attackers. Obviously, Jesus is at Arsenal. Sterling is on his way to Chelsea. Nathan Ake, like
Yup.
Chelsea's rebuying everyone. Nathan Ake is essentially on his way back to Chelsea, but
We're the dumbest
it's
club in the
so
world for
crazy to
that.
see this like year in and year out. But yeah, basically Pep was like, yo, like, there's really gonna be no transition time. I need you to come and perform. Like, we're not loaning you out. You're gonna come and I need you to like start scoring goals and creating chances immediately. So hopefully he can. I mean,
Yeah.
he's good enough to, I think. It's just like I think that he's got the pace, he's smart, um, he's got the skill. So we'll see. I think that Pep is really good at adapting younger players to his game. So I'm excited to see him there.
Shout out to Julian
Yes,
Alvarez.
sir.
Yeah, I mean, I also hope. I always hope players do well.
Yeah, especially young players.
And young players, that were brave enough to make the move at a young age, and moving to England. Like it's one thing, I mean, I don't know if I should say this. It's one thing like coming from River Plate to like go play for like Celta Vigo or like Rayo
Yeah,
Vallecano, where it's
Benfica,
like the climate's
something.
nice and
Yeah,
warm. Yeah, and like it's still, I mean, English is Latin based, but it's like Spanish or Portuguese or something where you can like ease
yeah,
Italian, like you can ease into it, where you're going into like the most critical league in the world with like some of the worst people
yeah.
in the history of
Media.
mankind.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's like I feel like there's like the significance like of moving like Neymar to Barcelona, like that's huge, but like they all like the whole city wants you to succeed.
Yeah.
Whereas Alvarez moves to Manchester City, it's like at least half the city wants to see you fail,
Yes.
and
At
probably
least.
a high percentage of the country also wants to see you
Yeah.
fail. So it's
Yeah.
like
They want to see their
I
own
don't know.
dudes
It's like
fail, so they definitely want to see you kind of
yeah,
mess it
yeah,
up.
exactly. Yeah, like they just want to see people suffer.
Yeah.
So you know if Rooney could get it,
Yeah.
if Jack Wilshere could get it,
Yeah.
you definitely can get it. So good luck.
Yeah. Good
Please
job.
protect that kid at all cost. Protect the kid at all cost.
Especially with the
Because
World
if
Cup
he
year
misses
coming up,
one
we need
sitter,
we need
yeah.
all sorts of confidence flying around this guy. So please, that's
Yo,
funny.
and this is the last thing I'm gonna say. Speaking of the World Cup, did you see the Argentina kit?
Yeah, I did. You tagged me in it.
Bro, they're 2 for 2. That
Yeah, who was
I
the first
think
one that
that
you
that's
liked?
one of
You said two
the
for two.
last year's the camel one
Oh,
from
okay.
Copa
Two for
America.
two for Argentina
The
kits, you
camel.
mean? Okay, got it, got it, got it,
Two,
got it.
yeah, 2 for 2. Yeah, their last, yeah.
Yeah, the camel one was
I mean,
crazy.
that kit, that was crazy. And this one is, in my opinion, this one's better. Just
This
like
one's
with the
better.
black, like the black with the white and then the blue. I'm like, they're set. Adidas has set them up to hopefully succeed because they'll feel confident in that kit.
Yeah.
That's like.
No, look,
Like I hate to say it, but I'm buying another Argentina kit this
whose
year.
name is gonna be on the back of that one? Alvarez.
Probably Martinez.
Okay, nice.
Nah, Lautaro. Yeah, like yeah, unless he's like, I mean,
Oh,
he
he's
would have
staying.
to do something outrageous, but yeah,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, he's staying. He's staying in Inter, your boy.
Yeah,
Um,
as long as he stays in Inter, I'll get his kit.
yeah,
I
no,
mean,
that it
unless he
does
went
look
to like
good.
Chelsea or something.
Oh, yeah, no, that's the only place I think that he would go. I think he's staying. His boy came back too. So yeah, no, that kid looks amazing. I loved
Yeah,
last year's though. The like the supposed to represent the clouds of like southern Argentina or Patagonia or whatever, or like the icebergs or whatever. But yeah, I liked them both. They both look amazing. I really like the back of this Argentina one too, like with a skinnier stripe in the middle on the back. It's nice. I like what they've
yeah,
done with it. It's cool. I'm excited to get it too though. But I probably go with. I mean, I already have a couple Di Maria Argentina ones, but I'll probably go with him again just because that's like my guy. Um, and he just signed with Juventus,
do it.
so
Yeah, shout out to the Holy One for signing with Juve.
the holy one.
But
I love that. That's so true. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Hopefully, I mean,
dope.
hopefully Argentina can do something special in the World Cup. I'm just like all the prayers are going to right now so they can win a world. I should want them to win it. They won't, but I
Yeah,
need them to.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it probably won't, but there's a chance. Yeah, I might. They got them on Adidas.com right now.
Really?
They're already. I didn't realize they're already for sale. Oh, they got Julian Alvarez wearing one on Adidas, dude. Okay, they're setting this kid. Adidas is setting this kid up for success.
Yeah, he was in like the promotional
That's
shoot.
what
I
you
don't know. He's
do.
on the website then? Nice.
Yeah, he's on Adidas.com, dude, leaning up against the pillar, cheesing.
I just
It's like,
with
oh,
him,
go
I
ahead.
feel like we don't quite understand how good he really is. I don't think that a lot of the players that come out of like the South American leagues and go straight to England really get a ton of credit because, like you said, they do go to Spain or to Portugal first or Italy first.
Yeah,
And so they're kind of unheard of even there, and then they come in and make a splash. So hopefully he can do that first season here at Man City. I'm excited to watch him play though.
yeah, I'm rooting for the kid. Yeah, because it's like what Darwin Nunez. He
Hmm.
went to Portugal,
Yep.
unknown until he had like a handful of good games in Europe,
Yeah.
and like no one knew. And then I feel like there's also like players that will go to like random Spanish clubs that you've never heard of, and then all of a sudden like Madrid or Barcelona will
Yeah.
sign him up, and it's like okay, like Danny Alves, like he came from like Valencia or
Yeah.
something, didn't he? He didn't go straight to
No.
Barcelona. Um, who's that? Who I'm thinking of somebody else right now. Oh, Federico Valverde, the Uruguay boy.
Yeah.
Like these players, they're just like you see him, he's a nobody, and it's like no, this guy's in a nobody. He's a superstar.
Yeah.
Where did he come from?
Yeah.
Araujo from Barcelona. It's like where did he come from? Oh, somewhere in Uruguay. Like he's a baller,
Yeah.
but
The South Americans can get it. They
it's
can't
like they
speak
just
English, but they can play. And I just think that
Yeah.
you're right. Like you kind of hit it on the head with the whole language thing. Like we don't like speaking anything but Spanish or the next best thing, which a lot of times is like Portuguese or Italian, because like
Yeah.
our grandmothers grew up telling us we're Italian. But like Di
Yep.
Maria went to Benfica first.
Yep. That's another one.
Yeah. So I mean, even what's his name? Kuhn went to Atletico first, I think, and then went to
Yeah. Yeah. Madrid. Yeah. A
yeah,
Madrid.
then to City.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
funny.
It's
It's
rarely straight to England.
and even if
It's
you
rarely
watch,
straight to
yeah, it
England.
really is. Even if you watch like their Prime documentary or whatever, like he's still been there 10 years or whatever, and he was still complaining about
Don't
the
speak
weather.
English
Don't
at
speak
all.
English and hates
Hmm.
the weather. That's like the two main
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. I'm trying to think. Okay, yeah. I can't I'm trying I had another example that was making me laugh, but I can't remember what it is anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah. Shout out to all those boys. Wish them nothing but success. And I guess here in about a month we'll see cuz season literally starts in what, 5
Yeah,
weeks?
is it a month from today? Isn't it August? When is um I think it starts the 9th, right? Or 8th? Or is it the
I thought it was like the 18th,
Oh, okay, okay. Then I'm wrong.
but
Then
I don't know.
it's August. So Arsenal's first game August 5th. August 5th,
In
9 p.m.
the EPL?
Yeah. Crystal Palace.
Okay.
So
Okay,
let
then dude, we're less than a month out.
yeah, and just to revisit your Zaha question, just so that Arsenal can get off on the right foot, let me hope that Zaha goes to
Zaha's out.
Roma.
Yeah, get him out.
Yeah, I can't have Arsenal
Dang,
losing
the
their first three games
fifth,
again 2 years in a row. So yeah,
bro. This blows my mind.
that it's less than a month.
Match day one is the
I'm
fifth.
so excited. It's
These guys are suffering, dude. I'm excited, but these guys they're suffering, dude. They didn't even have a
yeah,
break.
no, they're
I
suffering.
didn't even have a break.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but even like you watch like again Arsenal's in preseason or whatever, like Martin Odegaard is not there. Bukayo Saka is not there. A lot of these guys still haven't, I mean some of them are like Shaka's not there. Some of them just haven't traveled yet. Because they're getting a little extra. I think Raheem Sterling is still in Jamaica, so like
Yeah, he
hopefully
is
they're getting the rest that they need, but yeah, they're struggling because they're, I mean, in a few more months, they're going to have a month off to play the hardest tournament or the most important, meaningful tournament, of their lives up to this point.
in the
So
world. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's rough. This one's a rough one. Coming off the back of COVID
Dang,
and like all of those games getting slammed into each other just to finish out the season and stuff. Like, yeah, it's rough.
yikes. Well,
Anything
great,
else?
great for us
Yeah,
though.
great. Yeah, as a
Nah, I
fan,
think
oh,
I
I love
think we're
it.
good. Yeah,
As a fan, I
yeah,
love it. It's been a rough summer just because obviously we were counting on the World Cup, but I guess F1's kind of come through for the viewing pleasure on that one. But
yeah, bro. I've been watching Wimbledon too.
Wimbledon, yeah, sucks about Rafa having to pull out. Your boy Kyrgios.
Bro, so yeah, I like well, dude. So I watched that we aren't a tennis podcast, but I watched him play the American guy
Yeah.
where he was like just going on, and I was like, I'm pretty sure he tore his torso in half going for half of those shots. I was like, so like he needs like emergency service. Somebody save my man Rafa. He looks like he's about to die. And like he won the match. I was like, okay, like that's amazing. But I was like, you are not going to win anything else in Wimbledon. Like you won this match and this is your trophy.
Yeah.
I don't even think you can walk anymore. And then so I wasn't surprised when he was
So
like, I'm
funny.
out. Because I was like, like Nick's gonna have you running all over the place, and you're going to like need like they're gonna have to take you to the emergency room if you play, just because you could see how much pain he was in. I was like, this should be a crime. He's a
Yeah.
hero.
No,
He's a hero.
that,
Like postpone the tournament.
that's what I'm saying. Like this dude had a chance to create history, like the calendar slam, but he yeah, I don't know, it sucks. Like that's the one thing about him is he plays almost like the torque that he puts on it, it's just like he plays too hard for any physical body to be able to handle.
Yeah,
That's He tears himself
yes,
up.
dude. Watching him is
It's
painful.
painful.
Watching him play is painful.
Yeah, this dude was like, oh, he basically at the end of Paris, he was like, he had that foot injury that he's had for a while, but basically he was saying that he's going to get a surgery, to help with the pain. That surgery essentially just severs the nerves so that you don't know you have pain. It's
Jeez.
like there's
Oh
still,
my gosh.
yeah, it's like the pain or whatever, like, or the injury or the pain is still there, but like the nerves coming to like halfway through the foot have been severed, so you actually just can't feel at that point. So that is how serious. That's why
Oh
like it was
no.
such a shock when I saw that come up on Sky Sports. It was like, I'm like, wait a minute, this dude, how much pain is he actually in if he's actually retiring? With two, I mean, a semifinal in the semifinal, like he had to have been in so much pain to have to just give
Yeah.
up on that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, in it. I mean, I didn't know about the foot surgery part where he basically killed his nerve so he doesn't know he's in pain, but I could just tell. Like he stopped a few times and like the looks on his face when he was hitting the ball, I was like it looked like he was giving birth. I was like I I feel like I need to turn the TV off cuz this is illegal to watch you labor like this. And
Dang.
then I was like the American Idol player, I was like just let him win, man.
Yeah,
Just
seriously.
let
Can
him
you see
win.
what you're
Like
doing
we're
to this
going into
guy?
match points and tiebreakers. Just you're not going to win, no matter what happens, you might make it to the final, but you're not going to win. So just quit killing my hero.
Yeah.
You're out here making this man cry.
Wait,
But he still beat him, and I love that he still beat him.
same.
I was like, you know what? He walked off with his dignity. What good grief.
Wait, so
That was
you are a
crazy.
Rafa fan? I thought for some reason you were a Kyrgios fan.
I am not a fan. I am not a fan. Let the record
Wait,
show I am
who?
not a fan. I'm a Rafa Nadal
Okay,
fan.
perfect, 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 perfect. Okay, that's what I thought. Well, because when you put that thing about Kyrgios, I was like, nah, this is like a fighting.
Eh,
He's trying to fight me. This dude is trying to fight me right now. I mean, no,
nah. I mean, to be honest with you, like, full disclosure, like I never thought he would even get to a semifinal.
right, like ever.
Now a final
Yeah,
ever. So I was just like celebrating like the
yeah,
achievement for him,
totally.
but my dog is Rafa. I'm like,
Yeah. Well,
I
that's what
want
the
I
thing,
want I
because
wanted to see you,
yeah, yeah, because that's the thing, because he has like
but
always has his words for Rafa. I'm like, yo, why are you trying to fight? Why are you trying to come for Rafa? Like, why? What is this?
people are crazy. I don't know. I don't know. And I don't like yeah, I don't follow tennis as closely, so I don't know about like all the dramas or whatever. Um
Did you
yeah.
grow up playing tennis?
Not really.
Okay.
We would play tennis, but not like coaches. We were never good.
Yeah.
You?
No, I mean, my aunt was a instructor in California at college at like UC whatever, but it was the same. Like I would just go out with a racket. Like I never had like it was more soccer. I wouldn't like when I got older, I tried to take it like more seriously because it is like super fun, but no, it was never. My little sister and my little brother did play competitively like in high school, but I never did that.
Got you.
Yeah.
Dope. Okay, well, I think that probably does it for us,
All right.
Brooks.
Yeah, glad we got one in here.
Thanks for tuning into the huh?
Actually, glad we fit one in.
Yeah, thank you for coming out then to the Abrazo tennis podcast. We'll be discussing the winner of Wimbledon next week, and we hope to see you. JK, but in all goodness. Thanks for coming out, guys. Later.